Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Supercar Street Racing. And today we're going to talk a little bit about why I switched from Adobe Premiere Pro to Davinci 18 and why you should do the same thing for your video editing. Welcome back to the channel, Supercar Street Racing, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today, and I'm glad to see you back on the channel. Go ahead and do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button, and let's help grow the channel so that we can enjoy looking at some of our favorite things here. And today we are talking about why I switched from Adobe Premiere Pro to Davinci Resolve 18, which you see running right here, and actually rendering our video for the Amazon Fire TV experience on the Amazon Echo Show. So backing up a little bit, I started using Premiere Pro several years ago, probably about, I don't know, it must have been at least 10 years ago. I've used it since the very beginning. However, most recently when I started growing the channel, I was able to get a much better editing system. As you see here, I have an RTX 3080 Tough, and I was finally able to do some good editing on this channel and try to bring the channel up to a standard that will get more views and actually generate some interest. To make a long story short, I have a brand new computer here with a 12-core AMD processor. I've got the RTX Tough 3080, and I've got two monitors here that aren't even 4K. That will be the next upgrade to the channel, some 4K monitors that I can edit on. For right now, these only do 1080p, but you can see back here in the background, Davinci Resolve running amazing, doing our rendering for our new video for the Fire TV on the Echo Show. So what's the first reason I switched over? So honestly, I had a lot of issues, first related to my old computer system because I was running an older video card and I had not made the investment yet to a nice modern RTX series graphics card. So I was having a lot of issues with that, renders crashing and things like that. I did eventually figure out that I needed a new video card, of course, because I was also taking hours to render my videos and I needed to speed up that render time and try to figure out what all those bugs were for. Ended up buying this whole editing rig. I've got the RTX 3080 as I talked about before, and I attempted to use Premiere Pro. Now, one thing I noticed immediately about Premiere Pro was that even with the RTX 3080 and using the H.265 codecs for NVIDIA, it would still be a really long time to edit a video. As you can see in the background right here, we just edited our Fire TV video in Davinci Resolve 18. We did render that in 4K, and it took it about 13 minutes and 20 seconds to render a 4K video, 4K 60 frames per second in Davinci Resolve, and the video is actually over 17 minutes long. So it's actually rendering it, you know, less than a minute per minute of video. This same video in Adobe Premiere probably would have taken a little over an hour to render, even with the RTX 3080. And one thing I would also notice with Adobe Premiere Pro is that when I had the task manager open, it would be using way more CPU than GPU power, which doesn't really make sense. Now, some things don't use GPU to render, but a lot of things do. And so now I notice with the Davinci Resolve software, almost everything uses the GPU if you look at the task manager or you look at GPU-Z. So talking about the ability to learn in Davinci Resolve, if you're used to Premiere Pro, you're thinking about making that jump over to Davinci Resolve. I'll tell you from experience that I learned pretty quickly on Davinci Resolve how to do the basic things to get a video up and going. It is a little bit different from Adobe Premiere Pro in that you have tabs for your different things in editing. You have a colors tab here at the front here. That's the colors. Then you have your effects, your edit, and they actually have different names here. You have your, what is this called? Fusion tab. You have your color. This actual first one is called media, not color. You have media, you have cut, where you add transitions and effects and everything. You have your edit, where you have your actual timeline. And then you have your color tab, your fusion tab, your Fairlight tab, and your deliver tab. So deliver, basically, if we go over to that tab, is where you do all your exporting, which would be like Adobe Media Encoder, except it is way more intuitive and way easier to use. Fairlight is where you do all your audio work in Davinci Resolve, and you can add all your audio effects. Color is where you actually work with the color. Pretty self-explanatory there. Fusion I have not used, so I'm not sure about what this is for. I will have to do some research on that and get back to you, but so far I have not had to use Fusion for anything. Of course, you got your timeline here, which is, if you're familiar with Adobe Premiere Pro, the timeline here on Davinci Resolve is similar to Adobe Premiere Pro, but a lot of your shortcuts and everything are going to be different. The one thing I haven't figured out in Davinci Resolve is how to free transform an object. Let's say you're going to layer an object on top of another one. In Adobe Premiere, if you double click that object on the timeline, you can actually drag it with the mouse to move it around the screen and place it. I have not figured out if there's a way to do that yet on Davinci Resolve. I'm still working on that. There's also a couple of other differences that I haven't figured out, like cutting and pasting transitions is not available as it is on Adobe Premiere Pro, but you do have the copy and paste attributes, which I use frequently to copy things like audio volume, audio effects, and placement of objects on the screen. That is all done here in the timeline. You just have to get used to a little bit of a difference in using selecting things to work with them. They're all up here in the right-hand corner under the inspector. You can, let's say you added an effect on the screen next to this in the cut screen, then you would click the actual clip and go up to effects in the inspector, where you can actually adjust all the different attributes on that effect. Or you can do video transforms up there, audio, you can actually adjust the audio levels and audio attributes in the clip from the audio tab up here, things like volume, pan, pitch, things like that. And then your transition, you can actually adjust the transition up here in the transition of the inspector. And then over here on the right side, which you may or may not see in the frame, we have our clip bin here that shows all our clips. We have all of our edit timeline. We have our audio mixer over here as well, and our toolbox and clip details and metadata. So far, so good. Also, let's go over to the cut scene. The cut area shows your clips more like blobs on the timeline, and you are actually able to add transitions, titles, and effects. I do not use titles inside of Davinci Resolve because I use a 3D font generator online. That's really good. But here you can add effects both to your, you can add video effects, you can add audio effects, which you can also do over in Fairlight. Like I said, you can add titles, which is actually adding fonts to your videos. And you have your media pool here, which shows you all the videos that you imported in for this project. So yeah, I'm just gonna go into the conclusion that Davinci Resolve is way better than Adobe Premiere Pro. Not only because there's a fixed price for it, Adobe Premiere Pro charges you for a subscription, but the ease of use, the stability has been on point. I've only ever had one crash while rendering, and that actually happened during the video that I was editing here, and all I did was close out Davinci Resolve and reopen it, and it got through the rendering process. I had a lot of issues with Premiere Pro not being able to get through rendering processes, and it would fail for no reason. Also, Premiere Pro did have a bug that to this day they have not resolved on some video cards, and that is the software will start using video, or it's not video memory, but memory, actual memory, and it will eat up and eat up and eat up video memory until the computer crashes because there's actually no memory left to run the operating system. I have 64 gigabytes of RAM on this computer. It is awesome for editing, but on Premiere Pro, it would use all 64 gigabytes of RAM and then just crash. I've not had any issues like that with Davinci Resolve 18. So guys, I hope that you can use Davinci Resolve 18 too. If you have any questions about it, how to use it, or want to see specific videos about Davinci Resolve 18, throw it down in the comments section. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video at Supercar Street Racing.